veil and beanie situation. So Dr. Dre kind of appropriately said, since we are going to be doing like a hip hop, staple, I guess, with the veil, he said, I'm going to tell you guys what a fad and a trend is, and just kind of like think about this theme as I present. So he said, I'm a trend, I set one every time I'm in. I go out and just come back full circle again. A fad, that means to be something that we already had, but once you're gone, you don't come back. Too bad you're off the map now. Radar can't even find you. So he kind of nailed it by saying that weirdly. So a fad is short term. You don't miss it when it's gone. It goes in and out. So you can kind of see on this graph right here, it has like a really high point. So it's very popular. At one point, it drops super quickly. So you can kind of think about like Crocs probably, or like Beanie Babies, that kind of thing. And then trends, people often get these words confused, but trends actually have like meaning behind it. So when we're in the recession, all the runways featured like gray, because everybody was like mourning the recession. Designers didn't really feel inspired, so they stuck with like muted tones rather than color. So that's when you can kind of see. And then trends aren't like classics where they're like denim, you're going to continue seeing them, they go in and out of style. So that's kind of like a gist of what a trend and a fad is. So you guys are going to kind of see if a veil will be like a trend or a fad. They've actually been around since like the 13th century, so you just see it in different ways. So you see it in like wedding veil, the wedding veil, you see it on the pillbox hats, with like, when you go to a funeral, or like even the church hats, you kind of see that veil situation. And then also like for religious purposes, it's always going to be a staple. So it's just kind of the way you mix it up and reintroduce it in a new way. So the veil is my kind of like new do not disturb sign. You have like your sunglasses, your baseball hat, but the veil can be like a cool new way to kind of say that same statement. And this beanie and veil trend started with Jill Sonder, and it was spring 2012, and right now they're in spring 2013, so it was like a year ago that we saw this trend introduced. But of course, it's the early adapters that catch on to this trend, so it's more like the super fashion forward that want to have everything first, and they're the first ones to kind of like wear that trend, rather than wait until like, oh, I didn't see other people wearing it. Like you feel a little more confident toward yourself. So this hat is $440, and it became kind of like the raging new outfit on the streets during Paris Fashion Week and like New York Fashion Week. Everyone gets super dressed up to be photographed by Tommy Ton and all the street style photographers. So here's Tommy Ton. He actually shot this one, so you can see like two models wearing it. And then these are like huge influencers in fashion. This is Anna Della Russo and Brian Boy. So they kind of are the ones that everybody started paying attention to this trend. And then here are other ways that you can see it on the runway. This is actually this, the spring 2013 that they just showed. Dior, Giorgio Armani, and then Giambattista Valli, Dolce & Gabbana, and yeah, the other two are Dior again. And then you can also see it in editorial. So this is kind of like a way of trend forecasting. You have to kind of look at everything, which is, the streets, editorials on the runway, celebrities. It all makes a difference into what's going to be trickled down to your Forever 21s and etc., like all your retailers. And so Vogue is like the fashion Bible of the industry. So they're actually featured in Mary Kim and Ashley, who are huge style icons. So you can kind of see where this trend is going. And then this is actually this past Bazaar issue. It was on the cover again with Kate Hudson, another style icon. So now it's quiz time. So I kind of already blew it and said it, but what do you guys think was it? Great. And then the color block. Yep, exactly. And the Kanye glasses. Yep, you guys nailed it. So what do you guys think about the veil? Do you think it's going to be, it's still kind of in its early stages, so we can't really decide if it's a trend or a fad yet, but I just wanted to get your opinion on where do you think it's going to go?
I think it'll be a trend because they still do it like at the weddings, like you said, and then they did it like in the earlier days, so it's kind of coming back.
Yeah, I agree. I think it could be a trend, especially because it hasn't really trickled down or like made its complete hit. But this beanie, I mean, I don't really see a lot of people wearing it. It is more to like a few select. So the veil in general is definitely a trend, probably even a classic. But the beanie, I think it's a fad. So why spend $440 when you can make it yourself? And I got the beanies for like $2 and the fabric for $5 a yard. So there you go. So this is what you need to make it. You just need your slouchy beanie, the netting, and then scissors. You can sew it, but I discovered a really easy way that, it'll be easy for you guys as well to do it. So I think you guys each have, you can work in pairs, but I want to show you first. So can I have a volunteer that doesn't mind putting on a beanie while I show it?
Volunteer.
Yeah, sure. So just put this on your head and just, hold it. And then, so yeah, you just put it on, and then that's why I kind of partner you guys up so you can help each other. And then you just put it over. You can grab these because you're basically going to tie it around your head. And then you can just fix the front later. And then the good thing about the fold for the beanie is you can hide, the mistake. Or not the mistake, but the bunch in the back. Rather than they know you didn't sew it. So it's just kind of an easy. Sorry. And then you can position it yourself. And then you're people are going to be, photographing you. So avant-garde and, so fashion forward. So I think that's going to be just a cool winter update for any of you guys if you want to try it on. Be so stoked if I see anybody on campus wearing that. So go ahead and try it out yourselves. Thank you so much for volunteering.
So you're welcome.
You can keep that too. And then if you guys need help, let me know.
When you pull it up to your eyes, can you put it on your forehead and look cute? I have baby.
When you're tying it in the back, if it's too much fabric left over and it will be a whole thing, you can just cut it. That's why I brought the scissors in case I estimated.
Is it mostly women? Do any? One of the guys cut it out.
Yeah, he's the #1 Jill Sonder buyer. You might be right.
Oh yeah.
You gotta get a laser.
Oh, that is so cute. Instagram.
You should have everybody go to the front.
Have a runway show?
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Thank you so much for trying out this new trend, and I hope you guys enjoyed another one of my presentations. And it's just another fun way to get you guys creative and update your own wardrobe with really cheap, items that you can find anywhere. And also, we learned that it was a fad, this little situation that we have. So, you don't have to spend $440 like Brian Boy does or Anna Della Russo. And also, I think it's kind of like, you know, December 21st is coming about, so it's kind of like the perfect piece to mourn in. Thank you so much for coming to my presentation. And then this one's also one that I did, and I actually sewed it in the back. So you can find this one that's like a little bit thicker netting. And this one's, I think it was $6 a yard. And if you guys have any interest in buying them, you know, it's like Maple Street in downtown LA. So between 8th and 9th around there, you can find all this goodies. Thank you.